Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Want to take a minute and check in here and say hey, and it's been a little bit since we posted here on YouTube. I do apologize for that. I say this every single time, but life gets in the way. It really does. Being a dad and a husband and worker, businessman, blah, 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 all that stuff kind of gets in the way. And unfortunately, YouTube videos they don't really provide any bread and butter as far as money goes, so they can push to the back burner. But I wanted to jump on here and say hey, hope you guys are all doing well, and thank you all so much for following along here on the channel. But I wanted to show you something exciting, so stay tuned. We'll cut right to it. All right, so as you can see in this last video, we went and picked up a 1984 Ford F150 for my son. It's my oldest son. He got several years before he can drive, but it's got 302 automatic and does two-wheel drive. But it's a nice truck, and it'll be a good father-son project to fix up and work on together and make a lot of good memories. But be that as it may, I kind of fell in love with the Bullnose Ford. So the Bullnose Ford ran from 1980 to 1986. That was the era of the Bullnose Ford pickup trucks. I liked his truck so much that I went on the interwebs and found one for myself. So we went down, my two boys and I, we went down to North Carolina, Nebo, North Carolina, which is probably a 7.5, maybe about an 8-hour drive with stops, probably 9 hours to get there one way. So we did about 1,000 miles down and back, down I-81, and came back up. And let me just show you what we picked up here. First, before I show you right now, let me just post some video clips I took while I was down there. It's not many. We just enjoyed the trip together, and I'll put this in right now. Now to take a video up real quick? Just take a video up real quick?
Oh, it's yours. And I'm just thinking of you people down there waiting, but we're good to go.
Yeah, we'll go
say
down
a little
there.
prayer and thank God for the day and get me down this hill with without a car going down. This business.
Absolutely. All right. Always an adventure here in the mountains of North Carolina. Truck made it to about here. Kenny feels terrible. He just ripped up the hill here. That's his hill to his house. He's out of gas. And we got maybe another half a mile to get out of the road here. So he feels absolutely awful, but such is life. And it's about 1,000% humidity down here. And it's hot. So here she is in all her glory. It is a 1986 Ford F150. It is, I'm not sure what trim, but it has like the white top. Basically has this nice little paint scheme here. But there's a few things to this truck as to why I like this one so much, and I'll show you that right now as we walk around here. So first of all, it's again a 1986. It has four-wheel drive, as you can see right there. It is a four-wheel drive truck. Again, F-150. Pretty clean, not a lot of rust. The floorboards are the worst part, but as you can see here, the cab corners are okay. They're not too bad at all. A little bit starting there, but nothing much. Not compared to my other one that we picked up for my son. A little rust right here in this fender well here. Frame looks good. Frame's gonna need sprayed, pressure washed, and I'm gonna probably fluid film it, take it up to Mount Zion off-road and fluid film it. Again, look at that. This is why we went to North Carolina to pick up this truck. It's a pretty clean truck. Again, not 100% rust-free, but a lot more rust-free than what was around here. So again, falling back through a little bit of rust back here on this side. Bed has been used. That's okay. We're gonna use this as a truck. It's not gonna be a beauty queen. Previous owner put a new tailgate on it from a junkyard. I guess the other one was probably, as you guessed it, rusted out. A little bit of rust back here, but look here. Look at this, guys. No Bondo, no putty. Solid fender lip. Again, another great cab corner here. Real nice cab corner. And again, just a little dinger right there, a little dent, but no Bondo, no rust whatsoever in those fenders. So overall, it's a very, very solid truck and a good platform to start with. It does run, it does drive, and let's get right to that. So as we come inside, she has 51,000 miles, which is probably 151,000 miles. But look at this. we got the Granny Low 4-speed. So we got a 4-speed transmission. Again, floors are the worst part. They're pretty, they're under here, they're pretty much gone. So we're gonna put some new floor pans in there, but this was awesome. This is cool to not see the structural part of the cab rusted out. We'll do some floor pans in there. Again, clutch works, it does run, it does drive. So it's got the 4-speed manual transmission, and under the hood, we have the tried and true 300 straight 6, which will run darn near forever. And as far as I know, the previous owner said it's been kept up with maintenance. He has, records of being maintained, and he thinks it was a remand motor at one time, so the motor should have less miles on than the rest of the body. So oil looks good, everything smells good, coolant is full. This thing has been sitting for the last 10 years or so at this gentleman that I bought it from in the hills of North Carolina, sitting there in his property. Just, he got a different truck to run his business, and this just kind of sat. New wiper motor up there. It's not a big deal to me, but that's kind of least of my worries. But again, yeah, everything works. Let me put a video in right now of it running. And again, mind you, this thing hasn't run in a long time, and it runs smoother and smoother the more we run it. Put a new battery in it, but look, we still got the original jack. Everything is pretty much the way it should be under the hood. I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, it's seen some better days as far as cleaning it up and everything, but it's all there. There's nothing that's been tampered with or messed with, and I'm sure we'll find some mice and rat chewing stuff on the wiring harnesses, but that'll be something we can work with. This is my battery disconnect right here. You just basically pop the hood, and it's my battery disconnect for now. So come on the passenger side here, open this door, open, shut, look at that. Open it, and shut. Well, it didn't latch. Shut. She's a pretty solid old truck. Again, the worst part of the whole thing is the floorboards. That is the worst part. Is a little duct tape fixed here to cover up all the junk under there. And I'm guessing this would come open. I haven't even really been in here yet. All sorts of presents, dead bugs and mouse poop. But yeah, pretty solid old Ford pickup truck. So as you can see, we're still working on some projects and working on things here. But we kind of shifted gears away from Jeeps, and let me tell you why. And I know you guys all started watching this channel, and I basically started with my 1965 CJ5, henceforth the name 65 CJ5, play on words. So I had a 65 Tuxedo Park CJ5, and then I had gotten a 53 CJ3B that was on the channel. These are all videos you can go back and look through playlists and go back across my channel and see all these videos. And I was cutting my teeth trying to learn how to make videos, so some of those are pretty cringy, I apologize. Then we got rid of those two Jeeps, and I got my TJ, and you can go watch those videos. It was a 2002 TJ, and we put a 4.7 liter stroker in, and that was fairly recent. And then also, I always tend to forget about, I had a 77 CJ5 that needed some restoration work. We picked that up, and a donor 78 tub and frame and chassis. No running gear or anything, but just a frame and a better tub than what the other one was. But long story short, guys, I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off. I sold every one of them. I no longer have any of the Jeeps, and the last one I had was my 2002 TJ. And let me just say that was probably one of the hardest ones to let go. And why I let it go really is none of your concern. It's none of your business, to put it politely. But let's just say that being a father and a husband and financial responsibilities to my family will always 100% come first over YouTube and my personal fun vehicles. That's all they really are. They were just fun vehicles. They weren't really anything more than that. It was just fun to document on YouTube and everything. So I know it might come as a shock to some of you guys, but again, like I say, people that have children and have a family and get it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Sometimes you got to make decisions and do things that make financial sense, but not necessarily make sense to the heart or to what you're thinking, you know. So those of you out there that might not understand that, I hope someday you will. I hope someday you find a family and find, something worth living a whole lot more than just vehicles. But with all that being said, I'm not going to get rid of Jeeps forever. I'm just taking a hiatus from Jeeps. Again, we still are picking up old junky stuff to work on. So I hope you do stick around and, follow along with this. This is going to get, tune up, oil change, the whole 9 yards there, just to get it running reliable. I do have it titled in here in PA, but I'm going to get it, tagged and insured so we can actually run it down the road. Four-wheel drive is kind of sticky. We're going to work on that transfer case. Transmission mount is shot, so we'll probably document replacing that. But basically, the tires, let me show you them. Tires have been on for a very, very, very long time. And as you can see, they have seen better days. And I believe the one on the passenger side is actually starting to come apart inside, like the belts are coming apart. So we need new tires anyway. So I haven't even pressure washed this thing yet. This is just fresh off the trailer, right from North Carolina, the mountains of North Carolina. So I'm gonna probably clean this thing up and we're gonna see how well the wheels actually clean up. The spare is on the back side. I do have another white or cream wheel to match, but this was the spare. But we're gonna put some different wheels and tires on this thing to make it our own. Well, probably just tires. We'll probably just leave the wheels alone, the 15x6s, but we'll put some different tires on it. And it has a tremendous amount of rake. So I think we're going to also do like a rough country 2.5-inch suspension lift, because what that does is actually provides radius arm drops in that kit. And you can do blocks or leaves in the rear, but we'll probably just do blocks because rough country leaves are rough country leaf springs. But you get new shocks, new coils. I know aligning these things are kind of iffy once you put a lift on it, but being that has the radius drop bracket on there, aligning it shouldn't be so bad. But we're going to start with the tires and go from there. And we're going to need that regardless. So yeah, there we are. Again, guys, thanks so much for watching and following along. Hope you found this video entertaining. Please give it a like if you did so, and also feel free to subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing. And yeah, we're just gonna keep plugging away, making videos, and I'm gonna try to pick up the pace here and maybe produce more videos between this truck and my son's 84. It's just yeah, life is busy. Life is very busy, and it's also been just like everywhere else in the world and everywhere else in the country. It's been like 98 degrees here and high humidity, and it's just not worth, dying over to work on a truck. So all right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of yous, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.